She died from a snakebite. But the real killer was her husband. Her family rushed her to the local Kollam hospital in the southern Indian state of Kerala, but the 25-year-old was already dead. A post-mortem on May 7, 2020, confirmed she'd been bitten hours earlier by a highly venomous Indian spectacled cobra, according to court documents.
In India, where snake bites are not uncommon, that could have been the end of it. But her family grew suspicious and filed a complaint with police.After a trial that made national headlines. Uthra's killer was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison for crimes the sentencing judge called diabolic and ghastly. And it wasn't the first time he'd used a snake as a weapon. A broken love story. Suraj Kumar and Uthra, who went only by her first name, met through a matchmaking service and married in March 2018. "We wanted to find someone who would make her happy," said Uthra's brother, Vishu, who also only uses one name. "She was a girl who was a little different. She had a learning disability. We wanted a man who could take care of her."
Kumar, a 27-year-old bank clerk, did not come from a financially stable background. His father was an auto rickshaw driver, and his mother, a housewife. According to the judgment, Kumar married Uthra with the object of financial gain. When the couple married, Kumar accepted a dowry of 720 grams of gold, a Suzuki sedan and 500,000 rupees in cash. The first few months of married life seemed uneventful, and within a year they had a son, the judgment said. But it wasn't long before Kumar's parents wanted more. According to the judgment, Kumar's parents demanded Uthra's parents pay for household appliances, a car, furniture, renovation work, and admission fees for an MBA course for Kumar's sister. Uthra was someone who never saw bad in anyone, Vishu said. Her learning disability meant she didn't have the means to see that she was being used. Uthra's father told the court he met all of Kumar's demands and also paid him 8,000 rupees per month to take care of his daughter. But Kumar grew dissatisfied with Uthra's learning disability, according to the judgment. He began to plot her death. Failed murder attempt. In late 2019, Kumar appeared to develop an obsession with snakes. He spent hours on the internet, watching YouTube videos, including episodes of Snake Master featuring renowned snake expert Vava Suresh. Suresh's YouTube channel, which has more than 270,000 subscribers, shows him calmly interacting with snakes, including the highly potent Russell's viper, one of the most aggressive snakes in Asia. But he failed in the attempt since Uthra saw the snake and raised alarm calls. According to the judgment, Kumar captured the snake and kept it in a plastic bag, and on the night of March 2nd, he tried again. Kumar mixed sedatives into a sweet bowl of Indian rice pudding before Uthra fell fast asleep. As she slept, Kumar forced the viper to bite her before throwing the serpent out of the house to destroy the evidence. Uthra woke up screaming in excruciating pain, and with some delay she was taken to the hospital by Kumar, who claimed she had been bitten outside at night while washing clothes. Uthra contradicted his version of events by saying she never did the washing after dusk. The murderer Uthra spent 52 days in Pushpajari Hospital in the Kerala town of Thiruvalla recovering from the viper bite, and when she was finally released to her parents' care on April 22 last year, she was unable to walk as she lay in bed, her leg bandaged after skin grafts. Kumar decided to strike. On May 6, just 15 days after she had left hospital, he smuggled another snake he'd bought from snake handler Shavarakavu Suresh into her parents' house. This time it was a cobra. The two pairs of bite marks on Uthra's arm had a width of 2.3 and 2.8 centimeters respectively, much larger than the typical width of cobra fangs of between 0.4 to 1.6 centimeters. Experts told the court. That indicated the cobra's upper jaw had been pushed as if it was being milked. The time of day also raised suspicion. Cobras generally do not bite unless they are highly provoked. And after 8 p.m. they're generally dormant, said Hari Shankar, an assistant inspector general at Kerala Police, who worked as lead investigator on the case. In court, investigators demonstrated their argument by setting up an experiment to demonstrate whether a cobra would strike a sleeping person. In the video, the same type of cobra was thrown on a bed with a mannequin at night. The video shows the snake slithering away several times and only biting into a chicken breast tied to a limb when repeatedly provoked. Experts also raised doubts over how the cobra came to be in Nutra's room. And lastly, Nutra had slept through what was arguably one of the most painful experiences of her life. Kumar stayed awake all night after the attack, the judgment said, during which he destroyed the evidence by washing the glass tumbler and the stick used to handle the snake. He also deleted his call history, which proved he had been in contact with the snake handler. According to the judgment, after Nutra was pronounced dead, her brother Visha found a cobra inside the family home and killed it. He followed police advice to bury the serpent at the house and marked the location with a stick. Generally, a snake takes 7 days to digest food, he said. Which means it had been at least 7 days since it had eaten something. A cobra which lives in a natural habitat eats at least twice in a day. So that means the snake that bit Nutra had been kept in confinement. Death by snake bite. Nutra's death is not the first in India involving an accusation of murder by snake. India's Supreme Court denied bail to Krishna Kumar on October 6, one of 3 people accused of murder in the death of a woman from the northern state of Rajasthan by leaving a venomous snake in a bag near her bed, according to local news outlet NDTV. People buying venomous snakes from snake charmers to kill others by snake bite is a new trend that is becoming common in Rajasthan, said Justice Suryakant during the bail hearing, NDTV reported. Snake bite deaths are not rare in India, with 1.2 million such fatalities from 2000 to 2019. According to the World Health Organization. But Shankar, the investigator, said 99.9% of snake bites in India are characterized as accidental. We do not know if those cases could have been murders, but passed off as an accident, he said. It's very important to prove that the bite is homicidal. We proved that the person was drugged and recovered the container from the accused, proved that he bought the snake, his mobile search patterns, all those things. This is shocking to us.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.